When I got the diagnosis, it was the true bolt of lightning shock. You go into this period, well, I went into a period, you go into a period of shock, and it was a good couple of weeks. I don't know how long, where you go through the trauma of thinking, what's happening, why me? I'd say what I was determined to do was to be aware and not to ignore it and think it's not happening, but to try and box it off and say, okay, it is there, but it's over there, and I can manage it. And I think one of the amazing things, of course, is friends and family. You don't realise how important they are and how they enable things for you. So holidays still very much on the agenda. Not quite the ones you expected to do, but still doing them and going away. I actually found myself tapping away on a pub table, as people do now and again, and thinking, I've always quite fancied drumming. So you're going, why don't I do it? So I took up drumming lessons about 18 months ago, and I've got a drum kit now, and I'm drumming away. And that's one of the more positive things, because that's something I've never done. So that's been like a new skill that I've learned. When I first went to Seacroft, it's quite bleak. You're at the back of the hospital, and it feels as though, as MND patients, you're being pushed at the back. You're remote. It's not accessible, even when from parking. It's difficult to get to when you park. The corridors are cold and long to get to it. The facilities in the building, in the ward itself, they're quite basic. They're not appropriate. The waiting area is not appropriate. The equipment's not appropriate for sitting there. So that's the negative side. On the positive side, of course, the Dr. Jung and the team are amazing. She's a phenomenal lady who has committed so much time and dedication to understanding and addressing what the issues that we have and trying to get to it. And the nurses also are completely dedicated and so warm and understanding of what we've got and catering for everything, because we are all different. I think it'll be an amazing morale booster, because if you've seen images of the building already, it's a phenomenal, it's a beautiful building, and it immediately gives you a wow factor and say, right, this is different, and you kind of think, well, this is for us. And you're very conscious of the fact that all the facilities inside that resource have been designed with us in mind, based around the experience of the staff and ourselves. We have planned it so that it has got space for people to group together. If they feel they need to just take time out and group together, I think that's important. But I think for younger families, to be able to bring children in or grandchildren in is really important, because it helps the patient with the overall experience. For me, it's going to make it will be a fantastic improvement on the experience, and I'm really optimistic about the level of care that we're going to receive through this facility. I like to say, look what you're doing, look what you've done. It's going to be a tangible impression. You've put together a world-class facility. You should be proud of this, And you just want to say thank you to everybody who's made whatever contribution they've done, because it is going to be such a marvellous facility for us for long into the future. We owe them an enormous debt, both of them. Well, the three of them really, Rob, Lindsay and Kevin. What they have done is remarkable. I've got friends throughout the country, and I think it's fair to say on a national level, they've raised the profile of this disease, and probably on an international level as well. It's important we get there. It's important we fulfil the expectation and the dreams that Rob had and with Dr. Jung. So I would urge anybody, if they have got the ability to do it, just help us to get there over that finishing line. Please continue supporting wherever way you can.